Hey everybody! Well, today is finally the day. I'm going to get started on the Hidden Bungalow, and we finally will be able to get out of the trailer and into a permanent place which we're probably going to live in for quite a while. We're Dooglass and Esperanza, and we decided to leave our lives in the US, sell almost everything we own, and move to Baja California Sur, where we decided to start a resort in the magical town of Loreto, Mexico. Please come with us to follow our journey and live before you die. If you've been following our channel for a long time, you probably already know that we came down to Baja and we've been living in our trailer for most of the time that we've been down here. And we lived in our trailer all through the last summer, which was very hot, but doable. But it would be a lot more comfortable to be in a permanent building where we can have a little bit more efficient and quieter AC during the summer. So once we got all the construction completed, we're basically out of money. So we have a little bit of a fund to use for our own living, but it's very small. And then we have enough money for living expenses. Now, the resort is up and generating income, but all of that income is going to go back into the resort, and it's going to go back into the fund to build up so that we can build the 3 more villas that we want to bring up to 5 villas total. And that's probably going to take a couple of years. So that's kind of generating its own income. And after that is all done, we get the resort completed. We do plan to build a permanent house here. And we have the designs and everything for that, but that's way, way, way in the future. So in the meantime, we are going to build an apartment here in the shop. And this is the Hidden Bungalow. Now, we planned for this from the beginning. We designed this whole shop area. We designed the doors and everything else so that we could put a temporary apartment inside the garage here. And what that does is a couple of things. You know, a lot of people have said, why don't you just build another casita to live in? Well, you know, when it comes down to it, building just a 525 square foot casita all the way done, even here in Mexico, from the ground up, is going to cost you probably almost $100,000, $85,000 to $100,000. So we don't have anywhere near that much money, and we don't want to invest that much money into something that we're only going to live in temporarily here. And we figured that the most economical thing to do for a temporary or kind of temporary living conditions would be to build an apartment inside the garage. You already have the entire building structure done, and you have everything, so you're just building a little shell apartment inside the garage. Let me show you here the current plan for the Hidden Bungalow. So here is the full shop. Here is the existing bathroom that we have here. This is the door that we come in from where our trailer is sitting out here currently. And so there will be a bedroom here. There will be a closet that will actually be to the outside, because I get up so early that, you know, I usually am getting dressed when Esperanza is still asleep. So this makes it better for us that we have the closet here. This wall is currently has a washer and dryer, the dishwasher over here, and a sink here. This is going to get reconfigured. So it's going to be 2 closet units that we already have. We're going to reuse. The washer and dryer will scoot down a little bit. The dishwasher will flip to the other side. And then we are going to put in a kitchen sink and a countertop. And then the rest of this corner will stay the same as it is now, which is our office area. It will be upgraded a little bit. And then we will have our whole main area, which is a galley type kitchen with a refrigerator, a countertop with a stove, and then on this side the microwave, a kitchen sink and dishwasher. And then on this side is our big couch that we already bought, and TV and some storage. And there'll be a big window out the garage door right here so that we can open the garage door and have a lot of light in this window, and the door out to the shop area. And then this is what I have left of the shop area, which is sufficient for what I need. We planned on this, and that's why all of my workbenches and toolbox and everything else stayed along these walls, because this was always planned as a contingency. So what's it looking like it's going to cost us to build this apartment? I have quotes for everything, and we are coming out to about $8,000 total. I've already got started on this a little bit, and so the first step that I need to do is to reconfigure this wall here, and that's going to allow me to get everything installed on this wall the way it's going to be, and it'll let me get these cabinets that are here moved over to this wall. The ones that are going to be moved over to this wall, the rest of them will go away, so then now I'll have all the space to start framing up the rest of the building. So I've got to move this washer and dryer, and the dishwasher is going to flip down to here, and that sink is actually going to go away because we're going to have a regular kitchen sink, but it is going to move up to the front corner of the garage permanently. So I need to move everything in here. Now luckily I thought this was possibly going to happen, and we ran all the plumbing and all the electrical on the outside of the walls, so this is really easy to change. Let's head over to the hardware store to get all the parts we need. Leo and Sugar, what do you think about the Hidden Bungalow? You excited? I can tell you're really excited, you guys. Now, one really good thing about living in Loreto is everything in Loreto is about 3 or 4 minutes away, because you can get from one side of town to the other side of town in probably 5 minutes. So it's really easy when you got to run to the store a bunch of times, because it's not that far. Hola. Buen día. Hola, Victor. ¿Cómo está?
Muy bien, muy bien.
Bien. Pasto. Here in the plumbing section, and you can see they are pretty well stocked. Usually have everything I need. So let me get my list out here. Take a look. I'm looking at these sinks up here, and there's two that I can't tell what the difference is because they're up there, but in Mexico you just grab a ladder from the next aisle and climb up and get what you need. No need to wait for anybody here like Home Depot. So it looks like the difference between these is left and right. This is a right drain board, escuchadero de derecho, and this is the izquierda, the left, and I need a right. All right, successful. Looks pretty good. In good shape. And make sure there's no dents in the drain side. All looks good. Muy bueno. All right, we got these bigger ones here. These must be 10 feet and these are 12 feet. I only need 10. This one's like a dark greenish black. This one probably would be the best one Esperanza would like. And here's the green ones that I think look really cool. But I don't think Esperanza's gonna like it. So let's take a look at this one here. Just tip it out over to here. I'll take a look at it. This is not too bad. When it cleans up. I wonder if that'll come off of it. Got to get some cleaning fluid here. Yeah, it looks like that'll probably come off. I decided not to bore you with a whole bunch more gluing pipes together. So here is the result. So we now have a cold and a hot for the sink. I didn't have a 90, so this will work fine. I have a hot for the dishwasher, which will sit right here. I like to keep the connection for the dishwasher underneath the sink so that you can easily access it. If you put it behind the dishwasher, then you have to pull the entire dishwasher out to access the connection. And then the pipes go down there. And then we'll look at over here. So over here, the sink was removed, all the water and drain was plugged. Over there, the water was plugged for the dishwasher, and this drain is going to stay here because this tube is long enough to make it all the way over there. So no reason to go to all the trouble to move that drain somewhere else. All the pipes are in. I'm just letting them cure now I like to leave them for a half an hour before I turn it on. I mean, I've seen people turn them on like literally as soon as they get done gluing them, but I like to wait a half an hour, let them all dry and cure, and then I'm gonna move everything back to where it's gonna be, and then we'll get to work on the sink and the cabinet for the sink and getting that in. So it's the next morning here, early in the morning, and I got quite a bit of work done yesterday. Now, that did strain my back quite a bit. I've been fighting a back injury, and I've been trying to let my back tell me how much work I can do, and I'm gonna have to probably pull back a little bit. I don't think I'm gonna be able to do this full framing up in this Hidden Bungalow right away as I thought I would, because I'm definitely really strained from working yesterday. And this is one of the reasons, people have asked me, why don't you use some type of painkillers or anything like that. So there's two reasons I don't take painkillers. The first is I'm very sensitive to painkillers. And in the past, when I had been given painkillers, in the hospital, when I had a kidney stone, or when I had a migraine headache, or when I had surgery and I was given painkillers, they make me extremely sick, vomiting for days sometimes after taking a painkiller. And so usually the side effects of the painkiller were way worse than the pain that I was having. So I just stopped taking them altogether. The other reason is if I'm not taking painkillers, I can feel the pain that my body is using to tell me stop. And that, I think, helps me usually recover faster when I have these bad injuries because, I can feel when my body says stop. I don't have anything that's like deadening that. Where if, I'm the type person that if I took a bunch of painkillers and then I would immediately go out and start working because if I'm feeling better, I could start working. And then because of the painkillers, I would push it way too far and I would injure myself way more and would end up in a much worse situation. So for me, it's just a lot better to not take any painkillers, listen to my body, and that way I know when it's time to call it, which is pretty soon here. But I'm going to try to get this, the rest of this finished and hooked up so at least we can use this sink and all that. So that's going to happen today. So let me show you what I got done yesterday. So obviously, I got this cabinet hacked. I mean, this is a Franken cabinet here. Hacked apart. We've got section hacked out so the sinks can go in and the drains. I had to hack out this whole piece here so that the dishwasher could install in here. I had to raise this up. If you look on the toe kick, I added some risers to raise this up so the dishwasher would fit into the cabinet without doing some more surgery to it. And there was a shelf here in this cabinet that was taken out and the back was taken off of it. I usually like to take the backs off the cabinets, especially if it's not really fancy, because it makes it so much easier to hook up all the water and sewer and then maintain it later. Now, usually like in the villas or like if I'm doing a nice installation, what I usually do is cut out a big section around the plumbing in a cabinet, and then I will make a wood plate that fits really nicely over the fittings and everything else, and that gets just tacked in there, and then you hook up all the plumbing, and that makes it so that if something happens later on and you need to get back there, which has happened many times to me, you could easily take apart the plumbing and pull that plate off, and you have access to everything back there. But this time I'm not going to do that. As long as I can get this cabinet stable. It's a little wobbly now, but it'll be stable when I get done. I'm just going to leave the whole back of the cabinet open because for this installation, we don't care. I did get a 10-foot section of pre-made countertop, laminate countertop with the backsplash on it for $50. So this is probably a $200 to $300 countertop, at Home Depot in the U.S. So that was a good deal, even though it's ugly. Like I said, it's temporary and it fills the void, and I don't have to tile a countertop or something, which is what they normally do down here. Tile countertop is pretty much the standard here. I got this countertop cut and got this sink, which is just a double bowl sink with a drainer on the side of it. Again, this is really inexpensive. This, I think, was about $65 here. And it's not too bad. It's a pretty thick stainless steel, so that should be fine. We have a faucet that we got from the US to go in here, a pull-out faucet. I hope to get this done yesterday, but we had a bike that the back hub on the back cassette on the bike wheel failed. I had to go and get that repaired, and then luckily I found another bike. So now we have 3 bikes. We're looking for a 4th bike, but I found a nice 3rd bike. Bought that yesterday, and then I did get that back wheel repaired, and that was really inexpensive. I found a great bike shop here in Loreto, Manny's. They took that back wheel, put a whole brand new sprocket with all the gears on it, and all the guts in there. I'm not a bike person, so I don't work on bikes, but all the guts in the cassette in the back wheel, all brand new, installed it for 279 pesos, which is like $16. So that was parts and labor to fix that back wheel. They got it all back up and running. really good. So that was awesome. So now we have 3 working bikes. Good to go, but that cost me like a half a day yesterday of running around and doing everything. So now I have to finish this up today. Making some progress here. So I got the countertop all mounted and solid. The cabinet is solid to the wall. Put in this trim piece next to the dishwasher and mounted and bolted in the dishwasher. Got the sink installed here and the extra countertop here where the microwave will sit. So looking pretty good how we wanted it to. This is kind of a mistake here. I thought that this would be more of a difference. I see now that it probably would have been just fine to extend this countertop all the way, but I already cut the countertop and did all this work, and in the end this is a temporary installation, so this will work fine for us. I think I could have done better. Next time I will do some more measurements and make sure up front that I plan on it, but it's good enough for us. So I almost made it today. I got the sink mounted, but I have to reinforce it because it's a little wobbly. And I went to get some parts at the store, but the problem is I haven't gotten any of this done, and my back is really spasming now after I drove to the store and back. So for today, I think I'm gonna have to call it and not push it any further, or I'm gonna be in big trouble. So we're gonna have to come back and finish this another day. All right, I powered through and got this done.
Thank you.
I did it just for you, Esperanza, so that you can do the dishes.
Oh, okay. That's a fair trade. I'll take it.
No, the dishes is the one thing that's been difficult because we had a dishwasher out here. We had a sink in the trailer, and that's where we do most of our eating. And so then we end up with a bunch of dirty dishes in the sink in the trailer, and then you have to put them into something and carry them out here to put them in the dishwasher. So having an actual sink out here that works, can you want to demonstrate the sink? Look at this, check this out.
Well, we got the faucet in the U.S. First time I've used it.
Yeah, that came from Costco. We actually had another faucet to use in here, but we saw this one at Costco and decided it was a pretty good deal.
It off? Oh.
There you go.
Brilliant.
You learn new things every day.
That's right.
But yeah, we're all done. The dishwasher's in. The only thing I have left to do is to get the doors to put on these cabinets. I am going to rest for the rest of the day. Esperanza is going to rest. She's been shopping and doing all kinds of other stuff. So thanks everybody for watching. I've got to see if I'm going to continue in the next couple days working on the Hidden Bungalow because my back is really screaming this afternoon. So I might have to rest for a couple days. But we actually have the wall going up right now around our heat pump. So I'm going to go down there and video that and show you that.
Perfect.
So until next time, thanks for watching, and never forget to live before you die.